The first major patch of 2022 has hit Evocati, and there are some fun features and surprises heading our way in 3.17. So let's take a look and see what's coming. Before we begin, I do stream over at twitch.tv/Croncy 5 times a week, and with the 3.17 PTU coming out very soon to Wave 1, we're going to be doing some fun stuff over there, so make sure you head over there, give us a follow, and check us out. The first major feature of 3.17, and probably the most important feature, is refueling. This is a mechanic that people have been waiting for years now, with 3.17 finally bringing it to fruition. Refueling in 3.17 allows starfarers to stock both hydrogen and quantum fuel in their fuel pods, and provide that to other players through the use of the docking mechanic. One addition to the gameplay loop that was talked about in a recent Inside Star Citizen was the ability to charge the players for the fuel that they take. This is a way more convenient way of doing that than what you would normally expect, which is just to trade through the mode trader. From what we can tell at the moment, the gameplay loop mostly involves deciding the flow rate of the fuel from the starfarer to the intended vehicle. This potentially means that you could refuel in high combat or dangerous situations, but at the risk of losing a bunch of fuel in the process. All in all, refueling is set to make a huge dynamic change to the verse itself, and is very, very important for Pyro releasing, still hopefully by the end of the year. The Planetary Tech team this entire time have been working very hard on roads, underwater biomes, and now rivers. And with 3.17, we get our very first river. There's a bunch of footage of the river in a recent ISC, and it shows all of the pre-generation of trees going alongside the rivers, as well as rocks, other debris, and even shows some grav-live vehicles actually flying over the top of the river. This is also in addition to some new lighting tech that goes along with the rivers and oceans. In 3.17, the thing that I'm most excited for, though, is mining gadgets. A feature that I've been waiting on ever since they announced them last year is finally seemingly finished. The idea of the mining gadgets is that you purchase a bunch of them, put them in your inventory, and then you fly out to wherever you want to crack some rocks. Once you've found an appropriate rock, you grab that mining gadget, hop out of your ship, and attach it to the rock. Then calibrate the gadget, hop back in the ship, and crack the rock. This can range from minusing stability, adding in extra green zones, just making the rock easier to crack in general. My only hope for mining gadgets is that we also get a rebalancing of mining at the same time. Ever since the last mining balance change, it has been possible for a better than average miner to crack every single rock in the game as long as they had the correct components. But also every time that we've gotten a major mining update, they have tended to rebalance rocks in one way or another, whether that's making the rocks harder to crack or making their larger rocks in general. Whether or not this happens, I'm still very excited for the mining gadgets. It's an extra layer of mining that is very nice. Last year, we got the new inventory system where we were able to go down into bunkers, we were able to loot bodies, we were able to loot little boxes, and now we've just kind of got a massive inventory of too many things. Well, now you have somewhere to put them. With 3.17, we're actually going to be able to sell items back to vendors. Obviously, this is very important for all those people who have gotten a mass of items from doing all those bunker missions. Like myself, I have too many weapons, but it's also really good for those people who maybe accidentally buy too many things, then find out they don't need them anymore. You're going to be able to resell all of these items back to the vendors. Seemingly, from what we've seen from leaks, it looks like you can sell them at 45% of what their market value is, which when you really think about it, is actually a ton of money in terms of loot. Think of all the pieces of armor, all the undersuits, all the weapons that you can loot from just one single bunker with 10 enemies, and then convert that to UEC. This means I think we're going to see a large migration of players doing the FPS missions now. In partial relationship to that, it also looks like the ASOP terminals and the shop terminals have had a big UI change as they move over to building blocks. Two large things about this patch are the two ships that are coming with it. Firstly, the MISC Hull A. This is the Verse's first foray into the very popular Hull series. The Hull A is a perfect starter cargo ship, and the team has been very hard at work getting it ready for the players. It seems like the Hull A was originally intended to come out with the cargo refactor, but as that's been pushed back a little bit and the Hull A is basically ready at this point, they're bringing it out with 3.17. And in last year's Invictus, we were introduced to the RSI Scorpius, the new heavy fighter with 8 size 3 guns. Well, it is almost ready. 4 size 3 pilot guns and 4 size 3 turret guns mean this is a force to be reckoned with. Since its original concept sale, turrets have actually gotten a huge buff when their capacitor gameplay came out earlier last year. So expect the Scorpius to be a very capable fighter. I do, however, don't think the Scorpius will come out with the release of 3.17, and will likely wait until a 3.17.1 patch, probably releasing during Invictus in May. Moving on to locations, we've got the brand new hospital in Lawville, the Maria Pure of Heart. This is a location that gives you very Lawville Trade District vibes. It is a very sleek design, and Lawville is the home for many a pilot. Plus, we're seeing a couple of additions to some of the space station clinics with some variations on different modules. Now, that's all the stuff that we've known about from CIG. In the last couple of days since hitting Evocati, we've gotten some rumors. Now, take these with a grain of salt, but there's some interesting stuff in them. So, as always, Invictus Fleet Week will be running this year in May, and we've heard some cool things about it. Firstly, seems like Fleet Week this year is going to be taking place on Orison, which makes sense. It's still sort of the new area to do stuff. The Javelin tour that we experienced last year will be returning. It seems, though, that the biggest draw in Invictus this year is going to be a PvPvE FPS mission. According to the rumors, there's going to be some hostage NPCs on a floating platform on Orison that you're going to be able to go into with a couple of people and participate in PvEVP. We've also been able to experience the Caterpillar derelicts recently, which have been a ton of fun, and CIG have been telling us that they've been working on other ships to be derelicts, as well as all of the outposts and homesteads that we're getting very soon. But it seems, according to rumors, that we might be getting one of those a lot sooner than we thought. On the grapevine, we've seen a couple of Reclaimer derelict models. Now, I don't expect those to actually arrive in 317, probably 318, but it is cool to see that they are making their progress. There is one other large rumor that's been going around since Evocati hit, and that is a new straight-to-viable vehicle called the Drake Mule. Now, I'm not going to talk about it. I want you guys in the comments to tell me what you think it's going to be. What sort of vehicle do you think a Drake Mule would imply? Whether the leaks and rumors are true, 317 is still set to be an absolutely huge patch and will set the tone for the sort of patches we're going to see throughout this year. Remember, PTU Wave 1 should be hitting the servers within the next week or so if you want to come see what's going on, come check me out over on the Twitch. I'll be making tons of videos about 317 and what we can expect going forward, so please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell to know when I posted a video, and don't forget to comment what you think the Drake Mule is going to be. Get ready, 317 is coming very soon. I'll see you all in the verse.